So, bro, now that you've bought yourself a hybrid, and people talk about range anxieties, I know you probably haven't experienced it yet since you just got it, but I've got a couple ideas of actual websites that allow you to use other chargers that might help alleviate some of that. How would you like to explore those ideas?
Sounds good. Let's check it out.
Let's check it out. Hey, I'm Colin.
And I'm Chris.
And you're watching Amped Up Sibs. Okay, first on our list is actually Blossom EV, or as they like to know as Blossom EV Boutique. You can sign up either as a host or as a guest. If you sign up as a host, you automatically sign as a guest as well. It's free to join. You type in all your information as a host. You know where your location is, type of charger you have, make, model. They prefer to have all that information there. Get all registered, and they also ask that you put in what you have in your area. Like if somebody comes to use your charger, is there something for them to do while it's sitting there charging?
Do you want a coffee? Do you want a library?
Do you want a little park or a playground if you have kids?
Downtown center, exactly.
Yeah. And basically it's a website you sign up on, you use that, and you put all your information like I just said, and then somebody else says, okay, I'm getting low on power, I'm too far away from a level 3 charger. Is there something close to me? Well, they just have to go on the Blossom website. There's no app as of yet.
That I can find, yeah.
And they go in there and they say, oh, this one's free. Not free, but available to use. It's within my range. Okay, I will sign on to that one and request it. Then the owner who will host it will look at them, see what they need in it, and they will either accept or decline it. Then if they accept it, you arrive at that specific time that you've requested, plug in it and charge it, and then go off and do whatever you need to do, or read a book or have a nap.
Yeah.
You know, or some hosts may even bring out tea and coffee depending on the host, depending on how long you're staying too.
Sure. So if there's no app yet, how are they getting these communiques?
Basically, it's email. So you need to make sure your email is connected to your phone in order to make it easier, because if you don't, then you got to go to your computer and constantly check for people requesting to use your charger. Sure.
And I guess there must be a payment thing that goes on with this too, hey?
Yeah, there are payment levels. Blossom takes a fee, of course.
Of course,
The first 90 minutes you charge, their fee is $1.50. They charge a total of $11.50 for the first 90 minutes.
Oh, I see. So so if you were to say go for an hour and a half, 90 minutes, I would pay $11.50. Sorry, $11.50. Blossom would take $1.50 of that.
Yeah. And then the profit to the host.
Any of the profit would go to the host.
Okay,
so
$10.
It's kind of a win-win there.
Yeah.
And I bet there's probably rates for more hours. We don't need to look at all of that, but
that's just to give you an idea of what they are. We'll post up on here.
Actually, yes, you can see it right here now.
Perfect. You can also pay by e-transfers or credit card.
So e-transfers, credit card. I suspect Blossom will e-transfer the money to the hosts.
Yes.
Probably once a month or a week or something.
Yeah, I don't think it would be every day that they get used. It'd be a monthly payment thing, sort of like getting paid like a job. I mean, of course, you can't make a lot of money off of this, but
no,
not unless you're renting out your charger every single day for hours.
I mean, we could actually do the math on that. We're not going to, but
anybody who looks at the prices could check it out.
Exactly, it's a little bit of supplemental income, but it's not a huge amount.
Exactly.
Cool. So as a guest, I guess I did hear, because we saw this Blossom EV when we were at the show.
The fully charged
in September.
Which this year is now changed to everything electric.
Everything electric.
So it includes everything now. That's basically why they changed their name.
And don't worry, when the tickets are available, we'll do a video on that.
And we might even do a video of the show itself for some of the things that we check out.
That'd be cool, yeah. So back to the guests. So I guess I would locate one. I would reserve it.
Yep.
I did hear that you can cancel within 3 hours with no fee.
Yes.
Otherwise, if you cancel or if you don't show up, apparently you just get charged the full price for whatever time you booked.
Exactly. So there is that. So make sure that you really do need to go there, or you are going to make it there.
Yeah.
Or you're getting paid.
Or you're going to pay anyways.
Yeah.
That's really interesting.
Yeah. There is another option besides Blossom, something you don't actually just have to sign up for. That's just a website, or I guess I don't know if they have an app yet for it.
Yeah, you're talking about PlugShare.
Yes, I am.
So this is something that I've discovered with the hybrid that I'm driving right now. I guess my range anxiety isn't as great as a fully electric, because if I run out of electricity, it just goes to gas anyways. So PlugShare is kind of interesting. It shows most public chargers. You don't have to sign up. I would sign up.
Yeah.
One, if you sign up, and in a second here, I'll bring up my phone and put it on the screen so you can take a look. If you sign up, you have the option of having filters, and you can save your car on there. And so every time you go on, it will only show me the J plugs, because I can't plug into the Chatamo
or level 3 even.
Level 3 at all, yeah. Okay, so we've got the filters. You can also put home chargers on that I've seen. So kind of like Blossom. I don't know if it's necessarily like home chargers or if it's Strata chargers. I haven't really looked at that, but it looked like there was some home stuff.
Cool. Good.
Now, what was really cool was there's a whole bunch of different options on the map. And I'll talk about them, then I'll show what I mean. So public has its own green icon. High power ones have their own green icon. The restricted ones are also have their own icon. So the restricted being a home charger or something like that, or something you can't access without being an employee. Yeah. Also, it shows the in-use ones, which is super handy. By the way, if it's in use, I did notice there's quite a bit of delay from when I plug in mine to when it shows in use. So it's good, but there's a delay, so you might end up driving there and it's taken anyways.
It's probably because there's two different types of systems running, and they don't necessarily talk well each other, so it takes a little bit of time. Yeah,
it shows the under repair ones. It shows the future ones. It gives a PlugShare score of how good is this one. It's been great because I've gone on a couple times and it said this charger is not working right now. From the PlugShare score, people can put evaluations or comments, I guess, and say, hey, this one's not working right now. You might want to look at a different place.
Funny you mentioned that. There's also something I forgot to mention with Blossom is you have a similar thing where you leave reviews on the host, and the host can leave reviews on you as a guest to say how good the charger was, how good the people were, and everything too. So, if you had bad luck with a guest, you can actually report it down there for them so that other hosts can see whether they actually want them coming to their place and using their chargers.
Yeah,
something I need to mention.
So it pays to be kind.
It does.
Get a good score so people don't cancel on you every time.
Yeah.
Interesting. So on the PlugShare, you can also make, just to avoid that range anxiety, you can make a trip and say, hey, I'm going this far. This is the car I have, and it'll show you some of the good options to stop at along your way.
So sort of like a trip planner, basically.
A trip planner, yeah.
Okay.
I haven't used that yet. Probably would make my own trip planner. Yeah. But certainly that option would be kind of fun. So let's pull out the app, and I'll show you, because we need to charge my vehicle. So let's open up the app here. And find the PlugShare. Okay, it should be on the screen now. So PlugShare on the bottom here, we click on that, and it's going to open up a map. And it takes from the GPS. Yeah, so it'll kind of gauge.
So make sure that's turned on your phone too.
Yeah, you might want to turn it on, or you can just use the map to scroll around. So let's shrink that, and we're gonna just move the map. Here's Vernon, where we are, and there's all of these chargers. The green ones, as I mentioned, are public chargers. There's some brown ones that are restricted, and we are going to look for a particular one. One of my favorite ones, it's by a Starbucks.
Perfect.
Always good.
When we're not, of course, having our Tim Hortons.
When we're not having our Tim Hortons. There's actually a free charger in between a gas station and Tim Hortons.
Oh, even better.
I know, it's awesome.
Perfect.
I was plugged in there the other day because it was free, but being free, it's not always available.
Those are hard to come by. There's only a few within BC. If you find one, you've lucked out on that.
Park there.
Yeah.
Exactly. So here we are. I found the charger in the middle of my screen that I'm going to use. I'll tap on that, and it says Civic Memorial Park. It tells me the distance, has a PlugShare score of 6, and it says which plugs are available. It's the CCS and CHAdeMO are, of course, fast chargers, so I can't plug in there. But that J plug, that looks attractive.
Perfect.
I want to do that. So I can click on this piece here, and it brings up some information, check in and such. I've noticed I don't have to check in. The app that I'm going to use to pay, which I will talk about later when we get there, or in a second, I'll tell you to download it, but when we get there, that particular app seems to communicate with this one.
Nice. It's a good thing.
I can't confirm that yet, but the last couple times that I've charged, it said in use on the PlugShare app, so I thought that's kind of cool. Okay, so we can look down here. There's one CHAdeMO, one CCS, and a J plug. The J plug says it's available. We can click on this View Chargers, and it tells me the rate.
Nice.
So it says it's $1.50 for the first two, $3 for any time after that.
Nice.
The CHAdeMO, of course, is 23 cents per minute. Now, that's not a bad price.
No, it's not too bad.
I mean, if you have a charger at home, that would certainly be beneficial.
Yeah.
Which is another video we'll have to do, because I'm currently working on getting a charger in my Strata.
Yeah.
So let's make sure we know where we're going. We're going to the Civic Memorial Park here, and it says it's a Flow or a Flow charger.
Okay.
So the Flow app, I'm going to go and download the Flow app, and if you find a charger that says Flow, I encourage you to download the app and take a look at it before you get there.
Yes.
I know I got there, then I downloaded the app, and I felt a little bit of anxiety. You know, people are looking at me like, why is he just standing there looking confused? Well, it was my first time doing it.
That's true. That's true.
So if there is any anxiety around that, just download it first. Take a look. You got to add funds. You can. If you don't want to use the app to pay, you do have to download the app, set it up with your account, and then order an RFID card.
So people who may not be as tech savvy, that might be another option
or
for
just
them.
prefer not to have so much information and such out there, might want the RFID card or the NFC.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can use that if you choose. Yep. This one's Flow. There's a few others that you might have in your area. I haven't come across any charge point ones.
Okay, no.
But I know BC Hydro is, of course, around this area as well.
They have a few here somewhere, but they don't always list it unless you're on their app as well.
All right, so I know where we're going. It's 31st Street and somewhere in that Civic Memorial Park area. We'll close the app a little bit. I think it's time to head off and do some charging.
I think it is.
Let's go. So here we are at the Civic Center, the one we found on PlugShare, and now we're going to start charging the vehicle. So the first thing you got to do, now that you've downloaded the app, because I said we were going to a Flow charger, so hopefully you've downloaded that app. So once you've downloaded that app, just watch the screen. We're going to put it up here. Okay, let's go and click on the Flow app. Once we're in the Flow app, it's going to search for some of the chargers that are in the proximity. Here you can see the Civic Memorial Park came up. The DC fast charge is currently in use. However, the one I'm at is still available, which means we can charge here. Step one, you're going to make sure there are funds in your account. So right over here on the bottom right corner, I've got $1.76 left in my wallet. I click on that. If I needed more funds, I could click on the wallet and click that Add Funds button. Alternatively, if I wanted to order a card, I could use an RFID chip and tap it directly against the Flow charger, which would do the same thing as the app is going to do here. But I like using apps. It's all succinctly in my phone, and it also sends me notifications when I'm charging, when I'm done charging, if it stops unexpectedly. So I like having it on the phone. So we're going to use this app. I won't add charge or add funds today. Let's go back to that charge button. Now, if it didn't come up, if for some reason your GPS isn't quite accurate enough, you can go to this map button in the bottom left. Press the map button, the whole map of your area or wherever your GPS says you are comes up, and you can click on which units you want to charge at. And you can see there's a few here in the middle of the screen. I can look down here at the Museum and Archives of Vernon. That one is also available. There's 6 available there, but we're going to use the Civic Memorial Park. So we look at this, we press this start button. It says initiating charging. And so what we have to do is we go straight over to the app or the charger itself. And on the screen, it says plug the connector to the vehicle. So we take this out and we are going to plug it in to the vehicle. There we go. Green light. It made the locking sound, so I know it's locked in there. I can't just pull it out, or somebody can't come by and just pull it out. And now if we're looking at the app, it's still on the screen here. You can see the current charge speed, 1.7 kilowatts, and it'll change the time elapsed and the estimated costs as we go. So now we just wait. All right, so we've been charging the Prius for about 5 minutes now, and I'm going to show you how to remove all of the charging stuff. Now, this is a level 2. It is different for a level 3 charger in terms of removing it and putting things away, but it's not much more complicated. So, first thing we do, let's look at the app, just out of curiosity, what kind of charge we've ended up putting into this vehicle. So, let's put the screen back up there, back into the Flow app, and it says energy transferred 322, time elapsed 6 minutes. So if I click on that, we've been going for 6 minutes. The current charge speed is 3.3 kilowatts, and the estimated cost is 16 cents. So I just wanted to point out that the current charge speed is 3.3. It takes about 30 seconds to ramp up to the correct charging speed. That's why it initially started at the 1.7. It is now at the correct one. Alternatively, or additionally, I didn't mention that you can check what the cost is going to be before you plug in and everything. So we'll just go back, and then we're going to go to one of these chargers. Doesn't matter which one I click on. So let's just click on the first one. And it says it's a level 2, the max output is 6.2, the connector is a J plug, but down here it says rates set by the station owners, $1.50 for the first 2 hours and $3 after 2 hours. So it's good to check the prices before you get there. Some of them, this one you have to pay for. There's one just down the street from us that is free. Of course, free ones tend to be a little bit busier, but you can check it, and it's super handy to know beforehand. I usually park here, or I park at the free one if it's available, for 2 hours, and then I'm done. Usually it takes about 4 hours to charge my Prius. So let's leave this app, and all you have to do to end your session, and it says on the bottom of this part right here, to end your session, remove the connector and return it to the station's charging port. All right, so we're going to close off this screen. So we'll close that. And all we have to do is put it back in there, and it ends the session. It'll send me an email saying how much I'm charged, how much time I've used, all the information that we just discussed. I have to unlock this first. Most of them lock. The locking feature is super handy, so we'll unlock and make sure that we can actually pull this out, because otherwise it stays in there. Can't even push the button down to unlock it. So let's unlock it, remove, and then all you have to do is put it back into the Flow charger. I'm going to wrap these cords up because that's just the kind of person I am.
It's just a courteous thing to do, to wrap them up for other people.
Absolutely.
Keeps them clean. Keeps them clean so that other people don't have to mess with dirty cables and stuff.
Exactly. And it'll probably be me using it next time anyways.
That's true.
So you plug this back in here. It says end of charging. Colin can come right up there. Hopefully you can see it. End of charging. It showed the price, and we're done.
Excellent.
So that's how you charge, or find a charging station. That's how you charge your EV at one of the stations. Thanks for watching. See you later, eh?